I don't know, man. I'm gonna record this and fucking go home. So I've been on a bit of been in a bit of a rut lately. Of my self improvement habits. When this first started happening, I picked up on it. When this first started happening, I picked up on it, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let me just dig deeper into this rut. I started binge watching TV shows, went completely off routine, and I just let it happen. Stopped going to the gym for a while, and yeah, I just let it happen. Just wanted to see what it would be like to actually go into a complete rut. And it was interesting. It really got me thinking, how would I give advice to a person that does not know what it is like to have momentum? In a sense, this basically got me thinking, if I never had experience with getting out of ruts before, or I never knew what it felt like to be in a rut, and I wanted to get out of a rut, how would I do it? Because sure, I keep preaching stuff like redefine yourself, get a new identity, identify as the type of person that does this and that. But at the end of the day, what does that really imply? What does that mean? And that's what I'd like to discuss today. What I began to realize is the bad habits and the good habits usually go in parallel. So the moment you start to have good habits, you are most likely to not have bad habits. However, some people do manage to have both. But if you can relate to my content, you'd realize that, okay, we are extreme people. We usually have one or the other. So here's what I began to realize. If I have good habits, they will automatically cancel out my bad habits. So for every bad habit I have, I can choose a good habit to cancel it out. Now, this will look something like, if I am a binge watcher, if I like binge watching TV shows, I'll then begin to read more. If I'm not reading, then I'm working. If I'm not working, then I'm consuming self improvement content. If I'm not consuming self improvement content, I'm working out. If that's not the case, I'm meditating or journaling. I fill that time up with something else. The other thing I actually began to realize is that the main reason we do all these bad habits is mainly because we can't stand being bored. Now, what happens when you're scrolling is you keep getting a new dopamine hit. So you scroll, you watch one video, it makes you laugh. You scroll, you watch one video, it's like a documentary of some sort. You scroll, you watch another video, you're consuming another person's opinion. At this point, your brain never knows what it's expecting, what to expect. It never knows what to expect. It never knows what's going to happen next. As long as you keep scrolling, you keep getting this dopamine, which is really, really detrimental to your brain. If you think about it in the long run, that means your brain can never truly regulate and you're never really at ease with yourself. And then I began to think to myself, okay, so one of the things I could do is cut these habits out one by one. And for every bad habit, I have a good habit. The one thing I cannot afford to do is this whole moderation bullshit. I cannot watch TV in moderation. I usually tell people I don't watch TV. There is some truth to that, mainly because I know I'll start binging shit all the time. If I start watching a series today, tomorrow I'll watch another one. The next day I'll keep watching all the seasons in one weekend, in one week, in one month, without taking breaks. So for me to actually get rid of all that, I do not watch TV. That's one way to go about it. The other way you can go about it is have days where you can watch something or quote unquote do the bad habit, and have days where you do a good habit. Now this will look something like, okay, today I'm going to binge watch something, and then tomorrow I'm not binging. Instead, I will be reading for this time. Now, for you to actually be successful with this, you can't do this in the same environment because that same environment has triggers. So you actually need to change your environment, an environment that will force you to be productive. Top recommendations would be a cafe. Better yet, just go outside the fucking stairs. If you live in an apartment, go sit on the fucking stairs where there's some good lighting and start fucking reading. Best advice I can give you, change environments with all these things. And eventually you'll begin to cut out all these bad habits. So one of the best strategies I've noticed for me is do not pay for any of the subscriptions. Unless you're going to have a girl over, I don't know why I put air quotes in that. Unless you're going to have a girl over, don't pay for them. Just remember to pay for them before so you have something to watch. Because you don't want to be now sitting there looking into each other's eyes for, for no reason. So yeah, you might want to get some Netflix for you to Netflix and chill. But besides that, don't pay for that shit. Don't pay for no cable. Don't pay for no Netflix. Don't pay for no Prime. Just fucking enjoy the boredom and or the new habit that you've installed in place of binge watching. So that would be one of the things I'd recommend, which is replace them and have days where you can actually do the bad habit and have days where you do the the bad habit. However, for me, I've figured out just going full extreme military mode, completely changing my schedule, works the best for me. And in my new schedule, I usually have no free time. From fucking 5 a.m. all the way until 7, 8 p.m., I am doing something productive. I do not have free time at all. I'm either working out, eating, journaling, meditating, or something. I do not have time where I just sit and do nothing. Free time is a man's worst enemy. And also, one more thing I'd like to tackle before ending this video is this whole bullshit of be yourself. I was sitting with a friend the other day, and I was telling them, yo, I want to get a physique like this guy, and, I really want to be like Bruce Wayne. I'm talking the money, I'm talking the Batmobile, just on that type of shit. And this friend was like, listen, I hear you talking about being all these people, but you never speak about being yourself. For a moment, that sounded so eye-opening, it sounded so insightful, until I sat down and really thought about that shit. Like, wait, the be yourself you're talking about is me being a scrawny kid. I don't want to be that fucker. That's why I go to the fucking gym. Clearly, it's me being dumb. I don't want to be that fucker. That's why I fucking read. The entitled motherfucker that used to fucking think he deserves it all without even working for it. I don't want to be that guy. That's why I fucking gratitude journal. So I can be grateful for everything I have instead of looking at everything I don't have. I don't want to be this yourself you keep fucking talking about. You need to realize all those people that tell you just be yourself, they want you to remain the same. And that way they can run laps around you. Just stay cautious of all these people. Yeah? I'm not even trying to insult them or anything, but that is complete bullshit. That be yourself bullshit is complete and utter jargon. It just doesn't make sense. It's a whole bunch of, I don't even know how to call it at this point. It's just so detrimental, especially to young men trying to find themselves. That be yourself shit. Okay, what if you're a scrawny nerd that doesn't like how small they are? You don't like how skinny you are, and you're supposed to be yourself. You're literally telling me, you're reinforcing me not going to the gym at that point. How is that good? It just doesn't make sense for you to be yourself. You need to have goals. You need to understand that, okay, the person I am right now is not worth of much. That's why I don't have much. So I need to act like the person I want to be. Therefore, that person will be deserving of being so much more. And if I can act like the person I want to be, eventually it will all catch up. Everything I want will eventually all catch up to me. Because I'm no longer acting like myself. I'm acting like the person I want to be. And now, if Bruce Wayne has some characteristics I want, is it such a bad thing for me to say I want to be like fucking Bruce Wayne? Or for me to say I want to fucking fight like Bruce Wayne? Is it? Let's think about it. Is that really such a bad thing? If I say I want a physique like Kino Body, is that such a bad thing? Because I don't have that physique right now. If I was myself, I'd be happy with who I am. Don't get me wrong, I am happy with who I am. What I mean by that is I'll be complacent with who I am and I wouldn't strive for anything better. That's detrimental. Especially for young men in this competitive world, that's very, very detrimental. For you to stay the same in this world is very detrimental. That's why guys like Tate speak about going through pain and going through shit, because that's what builds character. You just have to realize, don't fall into that trap where people are like, be yourself. Being yourself is literally a trap within itself, because you can always get better. And by the time you get better, you're not the person that person said, be yourself. You're no longer that self that you used to be. You're now a new version of you. And by their definition, you're a new person. You're no longer that yourself because now you're better, you're smarter, you're bigger, you're richer, you're just all around better. Just take all those things into consideration before you listen to all these people's advices about being yourself. Nonetheless, that's it for today, yo. Stay with it. I'm gonna go.